catch my breath. Hello guys, and welcome to my 37-week pregnancy update. I'm really excited that I made it this far because it means that my husband, Daddy, is back in town. Yay! As far as baby boy goes this week, he is the size of a tackle box, which is about 19 inches long, and he's in the 6-pound range. We're quite sure he's bigger than that, as I've said before, but that's where babies should be, around 37 weeks, hypothetically. And you know how these last few weeks go, there's not a ton changing with baby. His lungs are getting more ready to breathe actual air instead of just amniotic fluid. He's putting on fat. His brain is developing. Those reflexes are getting super, super strong, like the reflex where they grab your finger and the rooting reflex when you touch their cheek, those sorts of things. The startle reflex, the most annoying one. So I'm excited to see if those look any different for him than they did for Lincoln. As far as I go, I kind of in the last couple weeks was suddenly only interested in baby stuff very abruptly. And it kind of went away, like it hasn't necessarily been as true, but there was definitely at least a couple days where I could only think about baby things. And I'm sure that would be what most people would call nesting, but I didn't really accomplish anything with it. I mostly just read stuff to remind myself about what the newborn stage is like. But along with that, I was also having anxiety about going into labor before my husband got back to Colorado. Luckily that didn't happen, but it was a pretty big worry on my mind, especially because I almost always have like constant, regular Braxton Hicks contractions in the evening. And there's been several days where I've timed them and they're super consistent, whether I'm standing up or laying down or drinking water or doing whatever the things they tell you to do to stop Braxton Hicks contractions. No matter what I'm doing, they stay consistent until I go to bed and fall asleep. I've never like thought that I was in labor or anything, but it's just kind of, I don't know, teasing me, being like, labor is coming, but probably not until after my due date. Also, now, just within the last couple weeks, when I wake up at night to like pee or whatever, I'm wide awake. Like, usually it's pretty easy for me to fall back asleep, but just those hormones, I think getting you ready to have a newborn and be up at night, all of a sudden I have a really hard time going back to sleep, which is frustrating because I want to be getting good high quality sleep at night right now since I don't have a newborn yet, but my body's making it harder on me to do that. At my 36-week appointment, I got tested for strep B and that came back negative, which is wonderful. I won't have to worry about getting antibiotics during labor. I got my Tdap vaccine, which is also wonderful, and they also decided to redo my blood test again, which is annoying, and that one actually came back as me being a little anemic, but they told me that they want me to start taking an iron supplement, but I'm like, people, I only have 2 or 3 weeks of pregnancy left. My numbers were like barely outside the normal range. My prenatal vitamin already has all the iron you should need in it, and I feel confident that my baby is getting what he needs. Plus, the risks of low iron in pregnancy are that your baby will be small and your baby will be early, and we're definitely past both of those concerns. So I'm not planning on actually starting an iron supplement. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and try to eat a little bit more red meat and like apricots and stuff like that. Thankfully, now that Matt is back, it's been a lot easier to get in the zone of actually doing things to get ready for the baby. I don't know why before it felt like if I was doing things to get ready, it would make it more likely that the baby would come before Matt was here. Obviously that's not true, but that's what it felt like. So it was hard for me to get things done. And Matt is so much better than me at like organizing things and keeping them neat and tidy. So I wanted his input on where he thought we should keep things. So there were some things I did before he got back. I got all the newborn clothes out and organized by size, and all our newborn diapers out and laid out the way that I would want them in the changing table dresser combination thing we have. So that was good. I did any amount of things, and I made a list of the things that I needed help with when he got back. and he's helped so much with that. So now our co-sleeper is assembled that's next to the bed, and he helped clean the car seat covers. My mom helped with that too. We kind of started that before Matt got back. He helped get the changing pad actually attached to the table, and we got the car seat adapter on the stroller, just like all these things that he's already helped so much with, even though he's only been back a few days and still trying to get a lot of work done on his dissertation. So Matt is a rock star. What an awesome dad. I'm looking forward to seeing him hold our new little boy. The most annoying symptom the last couple weeks has been that my feet are super swollen again. I'll put a picture here, just a warning in case you don't like pictures of feet. Close your eyes for a second. Okay, and it's gone. So as you can see, my feet are definitely typically swollen more than usual. They're worst in the evening, like they kind of steadily get worse throughout the day, and then during the night they get better. Frustratingly, my hands get swollen at night. So it's kind of like the fluid or blood or whatever it is goes back and forth between my hands and my feet. So at night my hands are swollen and uncomfortable, and even a little like carpal tunnel-y feeling at times, like especially my thumb into my wrist right here, which is interesting because I remember with Lincoln, after he was born, my other hand, my left hand, I had issues right here, and I had to go to physical therapy for it. Since flute is my job, my fingers are pretty important to me. Luckily, if my right thumb is a bigger issue this time, it doesn't actually have to move while you play flute. So that's good. This hand, as far as my thumb goes, is a better option to have injured than my left hand in some ways. So I'm trying to stay hydrated to deal with that swelling, but it only helps a little bit. And at this point, even when I don't feel like my feet are super swollen, there's only 2 pairs of shoes that I have that fit, which one of them are sandals, and it's winter, so that's not a very good option. And then I didn't even have any other ones that fit, but my mom has a pair of like off-brand Uggs that are super loose and stretchy and awesome that she has worn a lot. So those are my 2 shoes. I have off-brand Uggs and sandals, the extreme ends of the spectrum. But I'm really grateful to have a pair of boots, or at least covered toe shoes to wear when it's cold here. I'm also having more like back and hip pain, especially if I have to get up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. I don't know why it's so much worse in the middle of the night than even when I just wake up in the morning, but man, it is rough and like rolling over. So my older son Lincoln is sleeping in a big boy bed now, so we lay down on the bed together to read books, and rolling over after I read him books is like the worst it ever is. It's really annoying, but he's so cute. He actually like sits up and tries to help push me over when I'm rolling over. It's sweet. Okay, so that's all for my symptoms for this week. Let's take a look at the bump. Okay, so here's 37-week baby boy bump. Really big, dude. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. In case you haven't heard, YouTube made some changes that make having a smaller channel less rewarding and kind of more difficult. So if you would not mind subscribing and watching another one of our videos, that would be wonderful. And be sure, if there's any other smaller channels that you enjoy, give them some extra support too, because we could all really use it right now. Thanks guys. Bye!